Storm Tracker 6. This is Forecast First, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
It is a very sunny start to the work week across mid-Michigan. Satellite and radar showing lots of dry weather and lots of sunshine for our region this afternoon. Not a whole lot going on across our area. However, you will notice further west come into contact with a little bit more in the way of cloud cover and a couple of snow showers as well. That activity dives to our south as we go throughout the rest of the day. Temperatures mainly sitting in the low 40s. We're at 42 degrees in Owasso and Marshall, 41 for our current temperature in Charlotte and Mason. We stay dry and very sunny as we go throughout the rest of the day. Temperatures warming into the mid to low 40s. We have some cooler high temperatures in the forecast for tomorrow, as well as a wintry mix of rain and snow. 6 News at Noon starts right now.
WMMS is here for you, celebrating 75 years of bringing you the news with 6 News at Noon.
Now at noon, stark reversal. President Trump does an about-face on the Epstein files. It is our top story at noon. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Kirk Montgomery. The president, who had previously opposed the idea, now says Republicans in Congress should vote to force their release. The president had previously called the files a, quote, Democratic hoax. Natalie Brand is here for you now with the latest from Washington.
Even as President Trump continues to call it a Democratic hoax,
they just keep bringing that up to deflect from the tremendous success of the Trump administration.
He's now telling House Republicans to vote to release the Epstein files in a social media post late Sunday night saying Republicans have nothing to hide and it's time to move on.
Let's rip the Band-Aid off and get it done.
A growing number of House Republicans are now signaling support for the resolution to compel the Department of Justice to release all documents related to convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. Kentucky Republican Thomas Massie and California Democrat Ro Khanna led the bipartisan effort to force the vote, which is expected as early as tomorrow.
I'd rather he release all these files. Someone was saying that his numbers would go up. I don't care if he gets the political win. It's not about Donald Trump. I don't even know how involved Trump was. There are a lot of other people who are involved who have to be held accountable.
It's still unclear whether the Senate takes up the measure, and it would need a signature from the president, who's also calling for a new investigation.
On Friday, President Trump asked the DOJ to look into alleged Epstein ties to prominent Democrats, including former President Bill Clinton, as well as major financial institutions. Congressman Massie questioned the intent of the probe.
This might be a big smokescreen, these investigations, to open a bunch of them as a last-ditch effort to prevent the release of the Epstein files.
The president dismissed Massie's concerns and criticized him. Attorney General Pam Bondi said the DOJ will pursue the matter with urgency and integrity. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
And a new analysis of consumer data shows that more people in the United States are falling behind on their utility bills. Past due balances jumped 9.7% in the second quarter over the same period last year. That's according to the Century Foundation, the left-leaning think tank that did the study. The study comes as President Donald Trump has been promoting the build-out of the AI industry, a sector that uses a lot of electricity. And voters have also said they're worried about the high cost of living. The foundation says nearly 6 million households have utility debt so severe that it will soon be reported to collection agencies. And we are working to learn more about an early morning fire that injured 3 people in Jackson County. It happened around 4:30 Sunday morning at a home in the 2100 block of Schelling Drive in Summit Township. 2 people in the home and a firefighter were hurt. All were treated and released at the hospital. The fire remains under investigation and the cause is not known yet. Be sure to stay with 6 News and we'll have more on this story in our evening newscasts. And today we want to give drivers a heads up on several road construction projects that are set to begin this week in Jackson and Eaton counties, and they could impact your commute. Let's start in Jackson County. Starting tomorrow, there will be intermittent single-lane closures on northbound US 127 between Brooklyn Road and South Street. The right lane will close tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock for permit work. The closure will continue throughout the week, ending on Thursday at 4 p.m. Now in Eaton County, westbound I-96 between Kreitz and Lansing Roads will have one lane closed starting tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. The lane will be closed for construction that is expected to wrap up Wednesday evening around 5. Meanwhile, air travel returns to normal today. The FAA said that it's starting at 6 a.m. this morning, airlines can resume their regular flight schedules. Now, this all comes after it imposed restrictions on commercial flights at 40 major airports during the government shutdown. The FAA cited safety concerns as staffing shortages grew at air traffic control facilities with workers not getting paid. This impacted thousands of flights throughout the country.
From Storm Tracker 6, this is Weather First, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
A gorgeous start to the work week across mid-Michigan. Satellite and radar not showing much in the way of activity for our region. Notice we still have a lot of dry weather and a lot of sunshine popping up across mid-Michigan this afternoon. A little bit more in the way of activity to our west. A couple of snow showers just west of Chicago. Good news is that system will be diving to our south as we go throughout the rest of the day today. So a dry start to the work week, at least until this area of low pressure that's still kind of developing over towards the Rocky Mountains tracks a little bit further east, eventually giving us the chance for precipitation starting early tomorrow morning. And unfortunately, it does look like kind of a messy batch of precipitation that we have in the forecast. So even though high temperatures for today will be slightly below average for this time of year, get outside, enjoy the dry weather and sunshine while we still have it in the forecast. And notice PrecisionCast shows there's going to be plenty of sunshine across our area today. Cloud cover will begin to increase overnight tonight, and then starting early tomorrow morning, right around 3-4 o'clock, we'll add in the chance for a couple of light snow showers across mid-Michigan. Then once we get past daybreak tomorrow, our temperatures will begin to warm. So we're transitioning over into a wintry mix of rain, sleet, and likely some snow showers across the area as well, holding on to the chance of kind of that mixture of precipitation as we go throughout our Tuesday. It does look like it is going to be fairly scattered in nature and relatively short-lived. Notice by the time we hit Tuesday evening, that activity begins to taper off and track off to our east. We're drying things out yet again on Wednesday. Notice still going to be a little bit heavy in terms of the cloud cover across the area by then. There is another system that we are going to be watching on Thursday and Friday. As of right now, models kind of in disagreement as to the actual track of that area of low pressure, but still a general chance that we could pick up on a couple of sprinkles across mid-Michigan. Of course, we're keeping an eye on it because, of course, as we know, Friday is Silver Bells in the city. Outside right now, mostly sunny conditions here in the city of Lansing. Temperature-wise, 41 degrees, slightly breezy outside. Winds currently out of the west-northwest at 12 miles per hour. That drops our feels-like temperatures down into the mid-30s. Similar situation over in Jackson. Some very thin high-level clouds in the background here. Temperatures 41 degrees, feeling like 36, and that's just with those winds at 8 miles per hour. And of course, winds overall 5-10 miles per hour as we go throughout the rest of the day. So we will have to factor in somewhat of a wind chill across the region. We're at 40 degrees over in Hillsdale, a little bit heavier in terms of the cloud cover in St. John's, but still lots of sunshine outside. Current feels like temperature 37 degrees. We make it up to a high of 44 across mid-Michigan for our Monday, but of course with those winds, it's going to feel like we are going to be stuck in the 30s as we go throughout our Monday. Temperatures overnight tonight will be cooling down into the upper 20s as that cloud cover begins to increase across the area. You'll notice on our 6-day forecast, yes, we have that wintry mix of rain and snow tomorrow. It comes along with some cooler high temperatures, only of 36 degrees tomorrow, so you're definitely going to want to bundle up. Kirk just made a face that I think everyone is making as soon as I said that. Good news is we're warming right back up into the upper 40s just in time for Thursday and Friday. Beautiful start to the weekend though, partly cloudy, highs in the mid 40s on Saturday.
But tomorrow, yikes, 36 with a high and a wintry mix.
Yeah. I'm having an internal battle of whether or not I break out the winter coat finally tomorrow morning.
Oh yeah, well I think tomorrow might be the day.
Yes.
Might be the day. All right, thank you, Kendall.